The job interview went swimmingly. You aced the questions, connected with the team, and felt a genuine sense of belonging. You felt that surge of excitement, picturing yourself thriving in this new role, imagining the projects you'd tackle, the colleagues you'd bond with, and the growth you'd experience. Days turn into a week, then two, and the anticipated call remains elusive. Each passing day feels like an eternity, filled with a mix of hope and anxiety. Doubt creeps in, whispering insidious suggestions that you weren't good enough, experienced enough, or perhaps they found someone better. The mind becomes a battleground of self-doubt and second-guessing. The sting of disappointment is sharp, leaving you questioning your path and wondering if your dreams were merely wishful thinking. You start to replay every moment of the interview, searching for where it might have gone wrong. We've all been there, haven't we? That moment of vulnerability where our dreams seem to hang by a thread and the future feels uncertain. Standing at the crossroads of expectation and reality, where the carefully crafted maps of our lives seem to lead us astray. It's a place of profound introspection and soul-searching. It's in these moments of perceived failure and unfulfilled desires that the question of God's timing echoes loudest in the chambers of our hearts. We grapple with the silence, seeking answers and solace. Why, we wonder, when we've poured our hearts into our aspirations, do they sometimes crumble before our eyes? Why do our best-laid plans seem to unravel despite our earnest efforts? Why, when we seek God's guidance and believe in His promises, do we encounter detours and roadblocks? These obstacles challenge our faith and test our resilience. These are the questions that have plagued humanity since the dawn of time. Questions that find their answers not in the realm of instant gratification, but in the timeless wisdom of God's Word and the comforting embrace of His unwavering love. It's a journey of trust and patience, for it is in the midst of our disappointments, in the depths of our despair, that we discover the profound truth. God's timing is rarely our own, but it is always perfect. His plans for us are far greater than we can imagine. Like a master conductor orchestrating a symphony, God sees the grand tapestry of our lives from beginning to end. Each thread, each note is meticulously planned. He knows the precise moment for each note to be played, each instrument to rise and fall, to create a masterpiece of breathtaking beauty. Every delay, every detour, has its purpose in the grand design. Our role is not to question the maestro, but to surrender to the rhythm of His grace, trusting that even when we cannot hear the melody, He is composing a symphony of extraordinary purpose in our lives. In this trust, we find peace and assurance that our journey, with all its twists and turns, is leading us to a destiny beyond our wildest dreams. The story of Joseph, as recounted in the book of Genesis, stands as a timeless testament to the enigmatic nature of God's timing. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned, Joseph endured years of hardship and injustice. Yet through it all, he remained steadfast in his faith, a beacon of resilience in the face of adversity. Joseph's journey was far from the path he could have ever envisioned, yet it was precisely through those trials that he was molded and shaped for his ultimate destiny. Each setback, each betrayal, served as a stepping stone, leading him closer to the throne room of Egypt, where he would not only save a nation from famine, but also reconcile with his brothers, fulfilling the very dreams he once thought shattered. Life, much like a winding country road, is replete with unexpected twists and turns. These twists can be both exhilarating and daunting, often catching us off guard and challenging our sense of direction. Just when we think we have it all figured out, a curveball comes hurtling our way, forcing us to adjust our course, reevaluate our priorities, and dig deep within ourselves to find the strength to carry on. These moments of sudden change can be disorienting, but they also offer opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Job loss, relationship struggles, health issues, these are but a few of the many challenges that test our faith and leave us questioning the very foundations of our beliefs. Each of these trials can feel like a heavy burden, weighing us down and making it difficult to see a way forward. It's easy to feel lost and alone in the midst of such trials, to allow doubt to cloud our judgment and despair to extinguish the flame of hope. The darkness can seem overwhelming, and the path ahead may appear shrouded in uncertainty. But it's precisely in these moments of vulnerability that we must cling to the unwavering truth that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by the God who loves us unconditionally. In the face of adversity, we find our true strength and resilience, and we learn to trust in a higher power that guides us through the storm. Patience, often misconstrued as passive waiting, is an active and transformative virtue, a seed that, when planted in the fertile soil of faith, yields a bountiful harvest of growth and maturity. It's in the waiting, in the spaces between our desires and their fulfillment, that we develop resilience, cultivate empathy, and deepen our understanding of both ourselves and the God we serve. Think of the Olympic athlete who dedicates years of her life to rigorous training, pushing her body and mind to the limit, all for the sake of a fleeting moment of victory. Or the entrepreneur who pours her heart and soul into her business, weathering countless setbacks and sleepless nights, before finally reaping the rewards of her unwavering commitment. Patience is not merely about enduring the wait, it's about embracing the process, understanding that every moment of waiting is an opportunity for growth and transformation. It's in the waiting that we are transformed, much like a caterpillar in its cocoon, emerging as a beautiful butterfly. Just as a farmer patiently tends to his crops, nurturing them through sun and storm, through drought and flood, so too must we nurture the seeds of our dreams, watering them with hope and perseverance, knowing that in God's perfect timing, they will blossom into their full potential, just as flowers bloom in their season. The harvest may not always come when we expect it, and it may not look exactly as we envisioned, but we can rest assured that God, the Master Gardener, knows the precise moment to reap what we have sown. Our responsibility is to remain rooted in faith, drawing strength from the knowledge that even in the midst of uncertainty, we are held in the loving embrace of the one who holds the universe in his hands. Just as a farmer knows the right time to harvest, our task is to trust in the divine timing, remaining steadfast and faithful, drawing strength from the knowledge that even in the midst of uncertainty, we are never alone. We are held in the loving embrace of the one who holds the universe in his hands, guiding us through every season of life. Trusting in God's timing is not a passive endeavor, a resignation to fate, or a relinquishment of responsibility. It's not about sitting idly by, twiddling our thumbs and hoping for the best. Rather, it's about active participation, about aligning our will with God's, and surrendering our limited understanding to His infinite wisdom. Imagine a sailboat navigating a vast ocean. The captain cannot control the wind, but he can adjust the sails, harnessing its power to propel the vessel towards its destination. Similarly, we may not be able to dictate the circumstances of our lives, but we can choose how we respond to them, how we allow them to shape us, and how we use them as opportunities for growth and transformation. God's timing is rarely about delay. It's about divine preparation. It's about molding us into the individuals we need to be to fulfill the purposes He has ordained for our lives. Just as a sculptor meticulously chips away at a block of marble, revealing the masterpiece hidden within, so too does God use the chisel of life's experiences to shape us into vessels of honor, fit for His service. Each challenge we overcome, each heartbreak we endure, each triumph we celebrate, adds another layer of depth and complexity to our character, preparing us for the roles we are destined to play on the grand stage of life. It's in the waiting, in the becoming, that we discover our true potential and step into the fullness of who God created us to be. From the seemingly insignificant events of our daily lives to the life-altering moments that define our journeys, every experience, both joyful and painful, contributes to the intricate tapestry of our existence, like threads of different colors and textures woven together to create a masterpiece. Each experience, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, adds texture, depth, and meaning to the overall design of our lives. It's easy to get caught up in the immediacy of our circumstances, to focus on the loose threads and frayed edges and lose sight of the bigger picture. But it's in those moments that we must remember that God sees what we cannot see, knows what we cannot know, and is working all things together for the good of those who love Him. Surrendering to the Master's clock is not about resigning ourselves to a life of passivity or accepting mediocrity. It's about trading our limited perspective for God's eternal wisdom, our anxious striving for His perfect peace. It's about embracing the journey, with all its twists and turns, knowing that we are held in the loving embrace of the one who holds the universe in his hands. So the next time you find yourself questioning God's timing, remember the story of Joseph, the patient farmer tending to his crops, the sailboat navigating the vast ocean. Embrace the waiting, trust in the process, and find peace in the knowledge that you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, orchestrating your life according to his perfect plan and timing.